So Corinne Bailey Rae is here in the studio. How you doing?
I'm very well. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I'm happy to see you so skinny.
You remembered?
Yeah, I remembered you on that crazy diet.
I must have made an impression.
Yeah, you did.
So you're in town tomorrow night, House of Blues. Actually, you're in town now, but the show's tomorrow night.
The show is tomorrow night at the House of Blues. I can't wait. I've never played in that venue before, so I'm really excited to be back here doing
the show. Are you nervous?
Am I nervous? I'm not nervous, actually. Yeah, I'm
No.
on a big tour, so we've been playing lots and lots of dates all across America, and we're going to places we've never been before. So we've played Kansas City, we're doing Memphis, and all these places that I haven't been, you know. So it's a nice new thing for me, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
So today you did a lot of interviews today.
Yes.
And so tomorrow, do you have the whole day free before the show?
Tomorrow I've got one interview, but yeah, I'm planning to just be by the pool, I think.
Are you really?
Just get into the sort of mode of the gig. I like to be arrive to the gig really calm and just ready to kind of channel the music.
Wow. Do you listen to any music to get ready or anything?
I don't actually. I really like silence, and I feel like there's always music playing in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes I'm just sort of like grooving along and I don't have any headphones on, and people are like, what's in your mind? And sometimes it might be songs I'm writing or things that I can remember. But
so you're bobbing your head, but nothing's playing. So if people walking by, you think, what's wrong with her?
Yeah, they probably do think that. Although I think I've got some really like high-tech earphones that no one can see.
But of course, I just saw today that you're on President Obama's summer playlist.
Yes, that just happened today. I think that just came out. So I was very happy to hear that. Green Aphrodisiac is on there, which I think is a really good summer song. And it's nice to be recognised by the president. You know, I've met him once before at the White House. I played an event for Paul McCartney with Stevie Wonder and Jack White, all these Elvis Costello, all these amazing musicians. And he had a little dance on stage to Hey Jude, and we had a good time for that song. Right? Yeah, he had a good sing-along.
You were dancing with the president?
Yeah.
Did Michelle Obama give you the side eye?
No, I think they were all up there. The whole family was up there. But
right.
It was a really great night.
What an experience.
I'm glad he's remembered the music.
Yeah. Wow. So when you're down, what do you do to get away from everything when you're like, I don't know, between albums or whatever like that? And you got to have time to decompress. What is it that you do? Well,
I am from Leeds in England, and that's really near to the Yorkshire Dales and the Yorkshire countryside. That's where, you know, the music of Wuthering Heights, you know, the poetry and that writing, you know, that's a place that's really inspired some really great art. So I like to go away and walk and be on these wild moors and be just in a small amount of company. I love seeing my friends. I like to watch films. I really like Wes Anderson, that director, and I like to watch him. Philip Seymour Hoffman had this brilliant film called Synecdoche, New York, Charlie Kaufman film. So I like to watch films that I think are, I guess, strange and quite different to real life and stylized real life. And so I love films. I love to read. I'm just reading the autobiography of Pat Cleveland, who was one of the first sort of African-American supermodels. And I'm reading all about sort of her in New York and Paris and Grace Jones and Andy Warhol and all of that.
So what movie could you watch over and over again?
One of my favourite movies is called Bonjour Tristesse, and it's a movie from, I think it's either late 50s or early 60s, and it starts off in black and white with the woman looking back at this time in her life. Then it goes to colour, and it ends in black and white as well.
Are you an old soul?
I don't know. I mean, I think that there's lots of people who are around now who just like maybe things to be at a slower and like more reflective pace. I mean, I like to do things, you know, I like to go out and I like dancing and I like being in sort of madness. I do like that, but I like a balance as well.
Well, very good. I mean, you just seem like you like old movies and, you know,
yeah, I mean, I like new movies as well. I like people who are innovating, and I think there's a lot of things you can learn from these different classic eras and that you can take into now. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm born at this time. I think this is a really interesting time, a sort of social and political change.
It's kind of scary right now, though.
It is. I wonder if it's always been scary to be alive. I wonder if every era has always thought, oh, we're right on the edge of history. It's almost the end of the world. I think people have. But now we're at a crossroads where we've got a choice, and we can make a choice to look after our planet, which is our mother that feeds us, is what we need. And we can make a choice to close the gap between the wealthiest people and the poorest people, which we definitely need. So, I hope that we all collectively make those right choices and make those right moves.
It just seems like the world is so angry now. You
Yeah.
don't seem like the kind of person who like gets angry. Do you get angry? Do you get mad?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think I get overwhelmed by, some of the things that are happening. There's so, the amount of violence and inequality. They're the things that make me angry. And I would like to use that anger and channel it and turn it into something positive, because I think that's all you can do. You know, sometimes so much is happening, you could just give up and say, what's the point? It will never get better. But I think the one thing you can do is change yourself. You can change the way you react to things. You can change the way you behave in your everyday life. And you can campaign and you can march and you can write letters and you can use your social media and you can just change the way you engage with people. And I think all of those things, you know, individuals definitely have power. We have power over what we choose to do and what we buy and all of those things. So I think there's definitely a force that tells us as individuals we're just little people and we can't make change. But all the world's biggest changes have started by groups of individuals getting together. And I think together we have a lot of power.
Do you have a favorite social media platform?
I like Instagram because I like using it as a kind of postcards of where I am. So I just took a stupid picture with Big Bird yesterday because we went to this PBS TV station and quite like Sesame Street.
Well, you're about to take another stupid picture in a minute, so
yeah.
they'll be with me. So
you're not in a giant bird suit. So,
no, but give me a couple drinks, maybe something. Maybe.
But yeah, I like to take pictures of where we are. We've just been in Ireland and Switzerland. We're going to China. We're going to Japan, and I think it's interesting for people to see what's going on in all these places in the world. And I certainly love to do it. I love to dress up and do my show in front of all these different audiences all over the world. And so I really enjoy touring. So my Instagram is a bit like a tour diary for me.
Is there a worst part to what you do?
I don't think there's a worst part, but I think it's really important to kind of manage your energy because there's lots of things in every day. I always find with this job, I feel like it uses all of the things that I love. I love art, so I love looking at photos and working with video artists, and I love technical things, technical engineering, science, and I get to do that when I'm producing music. And I love to write. I love literature, so I get to do that when I'm writing songs, and I like to perform. And so there's all these different sides to what I do. I like to meet people. I like to I was thinking the other day when I was in the airport, when you go to an airport you see like 1,000 faces every day, and no two faces are the same.
This is true. Even
when you see like a parent and a child. And that just blows my mind. Sometimes I walk around, maybe I'm a bit overtired, but I walk around really emotional, like, look at all these people in the world, and we're all so different.
It's funny because like when I'm in the airport, I always think about it like this. I'm looking at people that I probably will never see again.
That as well.
Yeah.
So there's that weird thing. You're a sort of extra in the movie of their life. You're just a random person passing by with like a bagel or whatever. Yeah. And they're the same for you, but we're all people and we all have these rich stories and lives and dramas and families and, all of our lives are these epic tales. And I do find that a really sort of moving thing.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier about just the injustices of the world and how the world is just angry and everything like that. Does that inspire you to write?
It does, actually. I mean, I wrote a song on my second album that was called Love's on Its Way. And it was saying, I wish I had understanding. We've never known more. We've never been so well informed. But at the same time, sometimes that sort of weight of information can just leave us feeling really powerless. It's like, what do I do with the fact that I've just heard there's been a terrorist attack in Nigeria or Paris, or I've just heard about this police violence and innocent people are being killed and young people and unarmed people. What do I do with this information? And I think that, organizations and communities like Black Lives Matter, it's given people an opportunity to put their sense of feeling overwhelmed and sense of injustice into something positive and to make a noise and to demand change and justice. And I think we need more and more and more and more of those organizations to sort of galvanize us and help us to put our feeling of frustration and powerlessness and turn it into power.
Well, that's the deepness that is Corinne Bailey Rae. She's deep, y'all, deep. My head's going to explode. Wow, she's good. Well, I hope you have a great stay in Dallas. Get
Thank you.
Get to the sun by the pool. Hope nobody bothers you.
I'm going to get some pool action. I'm going to get some barbecue. Which is like last time we got barbecue.
We talked about barbecue.
Last time we went out dancing, we're doing the wobble. Which is a new dance for me.
Okay.
I don't have that much to wobble, but I was doing my best.
Yeah.
And I thought I did an okay job.
See, if I wobble, I'll knock people over.
You won't, though.
Well, maybe not so much anymore.
Yeah, you're super trim.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying the other day, I can get into some suits that I hadn't gotten into since President Obama was in college.
Really? Yeah. And they got the big wide collars.
Yeah. And my wife's like, you have a neck.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I was like, thank you for that very much. So anyway, but have a great time in Dallas, and the show's going to be incredible at House of Blues.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Yeah, come out. We play songs from all 3 of the albums. So we play songs from our first record and people's favorites and some new stuff and covers. So yeah, I enjoy the show. I think it's a good show.
Okay. That's Corinne Bailey Rae, y'all, hanging out with me on the Smooth Ride Home. Yes.